This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Salem Cruise Lite Platinum, and the model number is 263BHXL. So this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay? So we'll start here at the door side rear on the outside. Now this has a new style stabilizer jack on it. First of all, these right here are the low points for the plumbing system. When it comes to these jacks here, you're gonna first of all, before you put them up or down, you're gonna disconnect it right here with this little hook right there, that little clip. Then you'll put your 3/4 inch socket on there, and you'll drop it down. After you get it down, there's another bar that comes down for support, and you'll be able to basically pull that into place, and it'll just make it more stable than it normally is. These come down really quick. That's why they're called quick drop stabilizers. They come down really quick, and you need about 16 inches in order for them to work correctly. But if you don't have full 16 inches, they still work like the old ones do. You know, you still have the same type of stabilization, but ideally you need 16 inches. Okay? All the paperwork will be in your packet. You can also look online at their manufacturer's videos, that sort of thing. That goes for everything that we're going to talk about. Okay, so right here is your bathroom. You can access it from the outside, as you can see. We'll talk about that more when we get in the trailer. You have a power awning with LED strip. This is the vent for your range hood right here. So if you're going to be venting to the outside, let's say you're cooking something and you want to vent to the outside, make sure you grab right here and flip these open so this baffle flaps freely. Right, that way it'll vent to the outside. Otherwise you can just keep it shut, and you know, when you're traveling or you have it in storage, that sort of thing. Of course, you have outside speakers. This is the vent for your LP furnace. This is a sprayer port here. You get a sprayer with it. This is to fill your fresh water tank. The most common way to get water to the trailer, of course, is using the city water hookup. But if you're camping someplace that does not have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the switch for the pump when we get inside. Okay, you got TV hookup here plus power, so you can put a TV out here. You have an outside cooking area. So with the refrigerator, let me show you. This is the sprayer right here, and then this LP line here, you can see it has a quick connect end on it. Okay, that goes to the griddle here. So basically, let me get on the other side here. Basically, you'll plug that quick connect onto here, and then you go under the trailer and plug the other end in right here. And there's a valve here you got to pull forward so it's parallel with this fitting here. But that's how you hook up to the LP system with the griddle. Okay, and then you can just push it right in there. Okay. So this is your obviously your front pass-through storage. Right here, this is your hitch here. We'll show you how it works. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with a built-in sway control. So keep that in mind. When you come to pick up, we'll show you how it works. Okay. This is your 3/4 inch crank right here. If you don't use the socket on the drill, you can use the crank. And this smaller crank right here is for your power tongue jack. So you have a power tongue jack here, up and down. And it's got a hitch light on it also. But if this was to ever fail, you can pull this cap off, this rubber plug, and then put the crank on there, and you can actually crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble in an emergency. Okay? Okay, I think that's it. Let's go around to the other side here. First of all, you have a power tongue jack, as I stated. You have 2 LP tanks, which are full. You have a deep cycle marine battery, which is brand new. This is a kill switch for the battery. If you ever want to disconnect the battery, you just turn it off and it'll disconnect it, okay? This is just the other side of the pass-through storage. You have your power cord here, 30 amp, 30-foot cord. Plus we give you a little reducer to reduce it down to a 20. This is your dump hose here. Okay, your slide room is retracted right now. It is a Schwintech style slide out, just so you know. There are different types. That one's a Schwintech. Your valves are still got to wash the outside of the trailer here, but I'll show it to you anyway. You have 3 valves here. You have 2 gray valves, right? And then you have the black valve there. The larger one is always black valve. The smaller one's always gray. So you're going to dump the black first. Then you'll dump the gray. The gray is cleaner water than the black, so it'll help you clean it out, okay? Also, after you dump your black valve, you can leave it open. And it's important to leave it in the open position. Then you can come over here and hook the hose at the dump station right onto the here and turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean it out, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Just remember, like it says here, to make sure the black valve is open. This is your city water hookup. That's the most common way to get water to the trailer. Like I said, if you don't have city water, you can fill the tank and pump it from the tank. That housing tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you ever want to add a backup camera, it goes right there. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 60 days. So someone needs to look at the roof, make sure all the sealant is good, there's no cracking or separation where water could get through. None of the roofing attachments or material is damaged by road debris or by low branches, that sort of thing. Just inspect it so you can protect your investment. Okay? Now, this is a hookup for a ladder. The ladder's an option, just like the backup cameras, but if you want to purchase the Lippert ladder, it telescopes and it can hang right on there so you can get on the roof easily. Alright, so this is your water heater. Okay. Alright, so this water heater works on both gas and electric. This is the drain plug right here. Right now this is empty. It's empty and a bypass, so it's all set for the winter. But if you need to drain it, you're going to use this hex right here. It's an 1 1/16 6-point socket to take the plug out. And just make sure before you use it, you make sure you fill the water heater tank up before you ever turn it on. Because if you turn on the heating element or the burner, it can damage it if there's not water in it. To turn on the heating element, this switch right here, this rocker switch right here, that controls the electric heating element that's behind that cover, right? There's also a gas burner here to run it on gas. I'll show you where the switch is inside, but keep in mind that this switch right here is there, and it controls the electric heating element behind there. Never run it without water in the tank, okay? Okay, so I think we can go inside now. Let's come over here. So you have the fold-out steps here. Alrighty, up we go. First thing we're going to do is send the slide room out. So that would be right here. That's the switch for it there. You can see it going out. Okay, so you're all set right there. This one here is for the power awning. You can see it goes out, and there's also a light. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campground, make sure you roll it in. This has a solar panel on the roof, so this is your solar controller. It's hard for you to see with the. Let me see if I can pick this up higher here. So basically, this button here is the one you're going to use. I know it's not a real clear picture, but right now it says 13.5 volts, which is how much energy you have in your battery. Right now, because it's an overcast day, we're only getting 0.7 amps that are being sent to the battery, right? If I push it again, you have 1.6 amp hours in the battery, and back to the voltage. So it tells you your battery voltage, it tells you how many amps you're gaining from the solar panel, and how many amp hours you have, okay? All right, to turn on the main lights, you just brush your thumb over it like that. Just turns them all on. Okay, I'm going to shut the door here because it's cold today. Excuse my camera work. That's what I have to work with here. So, yeah, below here you have a fireplace. This is the remote for the fireplace. So right there. So you can see it says 00 right there. Then it says low, high, and then it says next one is high. I can get it. There we go, high. That's the fan speed in the space heater there. So you can put it on high, and right now it's starting to really kick the heat out. You also can change the color of the flame, as you can see, and you can change the color of the crystals. So you have different options. It also has a timer on it right here, so you can set it to turn on and turn off when you want. Okay, the next thing over here is the sound. This is the remote for, whoops, it's upside down. This is the remote for your sound bar. This sound bar plays FM radio. You can stream off a USB port right here. Take all your albums on one stick and take them with you if you want. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. This HDMI is an in, so you can go into the system with, let's say, if you have a TV up here, let's say you got a portable Blu-ray player, you can sit right here and go right into the system there if you wanted to with that HDMI. It has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So there's a lot of things it does. It does everything you need to do and then some. So it sounds pretty decent too for a trailer. Okay. Now your keys are hanging right here. You have 2 sets of keys. The purple keys are the door keys. So you have 2 for the front door, 2 for the back door, and then the other one are for compartment doors here. These 2 here. Okay. This jackknife's flat. This couch jackknife's flat. You can also arrange this how you like. You can move this back over here, and there's a lot of possible configurations. You can take the legs off this table, and then drop the tabletop down onto these cleats here, and then use the back cushions to fill in the space, so you have enough to sleep a few people there if you need to. You also have bunks, which is a good thing to have. And you can pack the kids in there. This device right here is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector. So if it goes off, first of all, it should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. But if it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide or LP gas, so you want to take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, figure out what's going on, okay? Then, over here, it's kind of dark here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I got a flashlight just in case. Let me get down here so we can look at it. This is your power converter. It converts AC to DC power. So, when you're plugged in, so you have circuit breakers right here on this side, 110 AC just like you'd have at home. And then, of course, they're labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. You've got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled, right? If any of these fuses were to blow, they actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. So you go when you're plugged in, you go from AC power with AC circuit breakers here, 110 AC. It converts to 12 volt DC over here. And it's also a battery tender. So it's going to sense how much energy your battery needs up front. And it'll keep it charged. So it does three things. Now, of course, when you're plugged in, this will charge your battery, this power converter. When you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery, so it keeps it charged up. Now, I'm not going to go back in there, but in the corner is the water heater. So you pull this mattress out, and then you can pull the wood up. You'd have to take a screw out, a couple screws out, and you can flip up the wood, and you can see the water heater with the bypass valves, that sort of thing, okay? That's all in that corner. Alrighty. So, microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood vent right here. I told you about the baffle on the outside. Remember, if you're going to use the fan to vent, you want it open up, the baffle open. Also has a light here. Your range here, it's very simple. You have the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. You have 3 knobs here for the 3 burners, and then the last one is for the oven. Let's see here. That's simple. Okay. For the oven, it's a little bit different. Here at the bottom, all the way to the back, is a pilot light. I can spark it so you can see it, sort of. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the knob here. You also have lights here, by the way. You go to the knob, and then you go to the picture of the pilot light. You depress it, and you keep it depressed while you're lighting it. Then with the other hand, you're going to turn this clockwise, the sparker clockwise, to spark the pilot light down here. When the pilot light starts, you still hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. It cycles as an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, of course, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, always have this top down when you're traveling, because it can break if you don't. Okay, your refrigerator runs on 12 volt DC, so it's a compressor refrigerator like you'd have at home, but yours runs on generally on 110 AC. This one runs on 12 volt DC. That's the only difference. It's a nice size. Okay. Alright, so this is the thermostat. Basically, this is the mode button here. You're just gonna go through it. Fan, low, high. Fan is the air conditioner running without the compressor. Then you have cool, auto, cool, high, and then heat. Heat is the propane furnace. It's about to kick on. There it goes right there. I don't know if you can hear that or not. And then if you hit it one more time, it shuts everything off. Okay? Now when you shut it off, the furnace will still keep running until it finishes its cycle and purges itself, okay? Your bathroom, you have a fan up here, of course. Your shower works like any other shower. Sink works like any other sink. You have a GFCI here. Keep in mind that all the GFCI, or all the receptacles in the trailer, even the one on the outside, are wired through a GFCI. There's probably another one towards the front because of the size of this trailer. I didn't look, but either way, you reset it inside if you have an issue. Okay. Now the toilet is an RV toilet. You got a flush pedal right here. You still see there's some red antifreeze in there because this is winterized. But basically, you can't use it dry. By dry, I mean the black tank is directly below from here, so this dumps right into the black tank. You have to have water and chemical in the black tank before you start using it. So after you get to your campground and you hook everything up, hook up your power and your water, then you'll come in here and you'll dump 1 dose of chemical into the toilet, and then you'll step on the pedal, and because the water's hooked up, it'll come swirling out. And you're just going to stand on it long enough to put at least a gallon of water in it, right? So you want at least a gallon of water plus a dose of chemical in your black tank before you start. If you don't, the smell will be terrible, plus it can get clogged up. So make sure you you never use it dry, okay? Alrighty, so let's see what else we have here. I think I've pretty much got it. That's your smoke detector, obviously. Okay. So that's a closed hamper there. Escape window. The escape window works like almost all of them do. You're going to do this here, then you push it through, you push it all the way through, then you grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and you can exit out that window in an emergency. Okay? The bed, you can pick it up and there's storage underneath it. Okay, you have hookups for TV in here, and there's a backer plate here so you can hang a TV bracket there with a TV. Okay. You have shades all the way around, like so. The only place you don't have a shade is over the kitchen sink or area where you have a blind, a Venetian blind. Okay. So back to where we started from. This is your. I showed you the two switches for your control panel. To turn your water pump on, that's it right there. It will basically, if you're pumping water from the tank because you don't have city water hookup, that's where you'll do it. You also use the water pump to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is like that. There's the fault light there. And remember I told you there's a switch outside in the lower left-hand corner for electric. Then you have your two lights here, and then you have your levels for your tanks. Batteries charged, fresh water's empty, black, and then tank 1 and 2. Tank 1 is called a gray tank, which is for your toilet water and waste, and tank 2, which is another gray tank called a galley tank, is for your kitchen sink. That's why you have two gray valves outside. Okay? Alright, so let me look around here. I think we've got it all now. Okay, let me look. Yes, I think so. So, okay, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. That's an important thing to do. As a trailer owner, many people don't do it enough, so make sure you keep after it, just so you can protect your investment, stay ahead of things. And right now this trailer is winterized, so all the water's been purged out, it's been replaced with antifreeze, and the water heater is bypassed and empty right now, so it's all set for the winter. Okay? Thank you very much.